Hi everybody, Lorina Quigley here, your psychic, medium, mystical ex-Mormon, and energy healer. Anyway, today I wanted to share, sharing one of my stories about seeing energy beings. And when I say seeing energy beings, I literally saw these energy beings. This was back in 2004, I'm guessing, something like that. I was sitting in a mediumship circle and we had been meditating this was an advanced class. So we had been meditating with the same group of people for at least an hour, but we were very comfortable with each other. We spent a lot of time together in seances, doing mediumship, psychic work. And part of this advanced class was just sitting and meditating. And so that's an easy class to teach. Anyway, as a teacher, I teach, oh, sorry, Peanut. It's an easy class to teach. Let's just sit and meditate. Anyway, that's nice. A lot of people will not be very happy with that these days. Anyway, the story is, so I'm sitting with this group of people. There's probably about at least 30 people, maybe 35 people. And it's in a darkened room. We always meditated in a darkened room. We did seances in a darkened room. And it really is conducive to these higher states of consciousness where you can shift. You can actually shift your mind to go into a deeper trance state. And so, and that's what you learn as part of doing mediumship. So this is part of the class. And so about an hour into this class, we're just sitting there with our eyes closed, and every once in a while I'd open my eyes and look and watch around, because sometimes I did see like things transfigure. And what I mean by that is people actually starting to look different than what they look like in this lifetime. And at one point I did see most of the group of people that were sitting around me, and it was in a big circle. We always sat in a circle. I saw almost everyone, but not everybody, transform into a Buddhist monk. And they looked like they were Tibetan Buddhist monk, like people who were sitting in a temple somewhere in the Himalayas, meditating. And very clearly, not just, oh, I sort of see an outline. It was like really distinct and clear. So I know it's like a lot of these people in this class spent time together before in a past life, doing not the same practices, but exploring consciousness and psychic abilities and mediumship. Anyway, so as I'm sitting in this circle, I'm looking, my eyes are open, and I literally see this level open up. And I mean, this level opens up, this gold light goes like this, pretty wide across the room, in front of me. So I'm trying to think of how many feet that could be, because it did take up a lot of space. I don't know, more than 10 feet, more than 12 feet. Anyway, so this line comes across. It's a line of light going all the way across. And I see this level open up, like literally open up. And I see these beings walk out with my eyes open. I am watching this. There is, these beings walk out. And there are 5 of them. There are 5 of them. They are really tall. They like, I don't know, 12 feet tall, I'm guessing. I'm definitely guessing. Anyway, so, and I'm watching them and what they look like. Okay, this is my little painting of what they look like, and it was in the dark, so I've got this on a dark background. But they were oval shaped, you know, probably a little more oval shaped than what this is painted. But and there were I didn't see faces, I didn't see eyes. It was a orb-like structure that had a golden light. It was kind of gold, but there was some silver that was all the way down through it. These lines here poked up above, and not contained within the orb, and across here, and it was above the center And it was golden light. And as they moved, the light moved. So there was movement, and they moved across the room, and I was watching them. And I was a little freaked out because I've never seen anything like this before. And there was, you know, there was definitely light. The orb was, there was light coming off of it and light coming off of this, and there was movement and color and light in the middle of this thing also. So it was really interesting, and there were 5 of them. There were 5 of them. And I watched them walk around the room, and they walked up to this guy, and there 2 or 3, I can't remember exactly, surround this guy. One's behind him, one's in front of him, one's to the side. And as the one being was standing in front of this guy sitting in a chair, he completely disappears. This guy completely disappears, and his chair moves back about 2 feet. Now then I was freaked out. I was totally freaked out over that. It's like, oh, whoa, okay. I was okay with watching it. I was a little bit like, oh, this is wild. And then he disappears, and that was a little freaky. So, yeah, that's when I got scared. Anyway, and while I was watching this, I don't think anyone else saw this. I think that I was the only one who saw it. I don't know, I could be wrong about that, but that was my feeling. And I don't remember him coming back into his chair and him sitting. But what I do remember is being at the end of the class and talking to my teacher and telling him about this experience. And he didn't know what to say, really, because he had never seen anything like it. Anyway, yeah, I think my memory got fuzzy after that. I don't know. Maybe that was on purpose. Somebody fuzzed out my memories. I don't know, but I do remember seeing this very, very clearly, around 12 feet tall, maybe even taller than that, 5 beings. And this part, it was like they were translucent, except for this light that was around them and the movement. Yeah, and I didn't feel like they were going to do me harm or anything like that. But when the guy disappeared, I freaked out. Anyway, so if anyone has ever seen anything like this, please let me know. They were quite tall. I didn't tell the guy that I saw that happen to because I was too freaked out. I never did tell him what I saw, so I never got to hear his experience. And I don't even remember his name, so there's no way I could connect with him and tell him this story. He was there with his daughter. They were both very, very psychic. He was a Russian guy. Anyway, that's it. So 5 beings, a level open up. They walk out. They walk over to this guy and take him. And the thing that I do wonder, and I have to go into like a meditative state and see if I can get this information, if more happened and I just don't remember, or if maybe they took me too. I think that the reason why I saw the chair disappear and it moved back 2 feet is because what was happening is I was seeing on the astral plane at that point. I wasn't, so I was seeing this reality that we were in, but also the astral plane. Anyway, pretty interesting experience. What do you think about that? Yeah, and the transfiguration, seeing a room full of people who were Buddhist monks, Tibetan Buddhist monks. Yeah, and I was one of them too. Anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoy this story. I've shared it before, but I want to share it again. So here we go. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.